Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday morning, June 24th. We're looking at the last 6 days of the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader, and I'm doing that for a reason. Obviously, we are in a 6-day balance. Yesterday, we gapped higher, took out the week high in the SPYs, but really couldn't get much higher than that to test the total balance high, right? Balance rules. You get slight almost to the top of a balance and roll over. Well, as of this morning, after yesterday one time framing down the last 4 time frames from the high of the day, not only are we rolling over, we're gapping lower right now with just over an hour to go, leaving another island reversal. Remember, I'll show you on the daily chart. This will be the second one. The first one never got filled. Now, the triple Qs had a true island top at an all-time high that they did finally fill. But the Nasdaq has certainly been acting a lot better than the S&P. And we've been talking about this. Something's going to have to give. Either we're going to go and catch up, or if we both reverse, Nasdaq should come down harder to catch up to us at some point before possibly going back up to new highs. But for now, we are strictly, even with a gap lower, strictly in a 6-day balance about to start the 7th. We've been trading at a very visual area, the afternoon pullback low from the 22nd. And the reason that's important is if that doesn't hold, we have nothing into those 2 daily lows. That's the bottom of the balance. If those don't hold, then we're going to be getting into the 15th where we had the trend day, 2 sets of single prints, and then the weekly low. So, again, just the way sellers had a chance on the 19th and 22nd to do a lot of damage and stop. They couldn't even get into the singles. They're getting that chance again today. All right, let's go over destinations and a game plan for this morning. So, for the upside, with just over an hour to go, I'm going to use yesterday's low as our first upside destination of 311.61. Right now, it's about a 150-point gap below us. Then, remember, we went out with a price probe. That price probe is C's low, the base of it, at 312.11. Now, downside price probes have failed miserably over the last 2 years. However, the last one we had, it was successful, but it didn't last long. I'm trying to see which day that was. That was, we went out with a price probe on the 17th, gapped low on the 18th, filled the gap that time frame, and got back into the price probe in the same time frame. Now, this gap right now is a larger one, but we have to see if this is going to play out again, the same thing. And interestingly enough, Look at A, B, and C from the 17th. Look at A, B, and C, pretty much dissimilar from yesterday. We'll see if this follows the pattern for today. Look at this. It's very interesting. I didn't notice that. But look how similar the 17th and yesterday were. We made our high in the day in I period. We one time framed down. Now, we didn't in K. In fact, that was that big head fake, and that's why I got out of that put position, if you recall. But for the most part, basically did the same thing that we did yesterday. So very interesting to see if today follows the same pattern on the opening. Remember, traders will do its work until it doesn't work no more. But very interesting, the similarities between the 17th to 23rd. Let's see if the 24th follows the pattern of the 18th. So, I know I got off track, but that's important. So yesterday's low is our first destination on the upside. Actually, 310.81. That's my pre-market high. So 310.81, then 311.61, then the price probe of 312.11, and then 313.50 where we were 11 wide. For the downside, obviously this gap is getting filled, right? First destination I'll use is 309.30, which is the afternoon pullback low from June 22nd. Then our pre-market low of 308.18 as of now, And then these two very important lows, bottom of the balance, 306.75, 306.53. If those fail and we come out of balance, we don't have anything then to the trend day from the 15th. 303.80 gets filled at 79, those single prints. And then 303.05 get filled at 302.63. And then 296.74 weekly low, and that's important. And then filling the gap, excuse me, at 295.63, 111-point gap from May 26. So what is the game plan? Well, again, just like yesterday, I would love to have shorted the top of the balance. Should I have done it? Well, I was looking for a little more. I was looking to possibly H's high. I didn't do it. I did not buy it up here either for the same fact that gap rules do not apply when gap rules start getting out of context. And by that I mean it was too high a gap and we're getting closer to a top of a balance. Now on the flip side, we are gapping lower. Do gap rules apply? Well, again, right now the gap is $1.50. I would like to see it a little less than that. I'd love to see the gap about $1, right? The risk reward is better for a couple of reasons. A, I know my out is either M's low or the base of the price probe. B, my first destination is really that afternoon pullback low. Well, if we open a little higher than where we are, obviously that gives you more of an opportunity if you're short to go get it. So depending on where the gap is, we'll decide whether I take a short or not on the opening. I will certainly not take a long here. Now, in the next hour, if we were to really get more distance to the downside, I certainly will not take a short because it's the risk reward for an inventory adjustment is huge. Would I take a call play? If I do, again, it's not because the market's good. It's because I want to see if buyers would defend the bottom of the 6-day balance. So maybe I would take a small call play down there if in the next hour we were to really push down and open closer to here. Again, if you're in my voice channel room at camelbacktrading.org, we are giving out up to the second updates, what we're looking for and what we're planning to do. Okay, let's go to the charts. In fact, the only chart I think I'm going to show you today is the daily. Well, that's the weekly. Right now, the weekly, unless we take out last week's low, I'm not going to worry about it just yet. Or 302.50, actually. That's the one. But the daily is the important one. Right? We're not going to be able to do anything on the monthly or weekly until the daily is decided. And right now, believe it or not, with gaps all over the place, it's still not decided. This is just going to be the start of a 7th-day balance. Right? Here's your island reversal. Gapped higher, traded basically sideways for 4 days, gapped lower. In the last 6 days, we've attempted to get into this gap, and we have tried to fill a bunch of it, but it's still there. And now, after gapping higher yesterday, we're looking to gap lower today. But until we take out these two daily lows, nothing has changed, and we're still in balance. However, the bulls had their chance the last couple of days trying to take out the high. Now it's the bears' chance. Both sides have proven to be totally inept at coming out of this balance. Remains to be seen if the bears can do it today. Pre-market volume right now, 780,000. Again, not heavy at all. So I'm looking at still short-term traders in control of this market. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.